Hello, I am Caleb from Caleb's Balloon Animals, and today I am going to show you the sizes of different balloons and also how to inflate them. I'm going to begin with how to inflate balloons. The standard twisting balloon is what we call a 260. That means it is 2 inches around by 60 inches long. For those of you math whizzes out there, that's 5 feet. So to fill it up, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can use a pump, which I would always suggest having a pump. You should never stick a balloon in your mouth. Never, ever, 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 ever. Kind of disclaimer there. So you can always use this. I used to have a red one. My dog chewed it up, and I don't have it anymore. But of course, you can do that. Fully inflated, 2 inches around, 5 feet long. Pretty simple there. But I find that inflating it by mouth is faster. So straight out of the apron, you can take it, hold it up to your mouth. There's 2 ways you can do, well, 3 ways you can do this. You can make a little circle like this with the balloon inside of it. That will hold your lips closed, and it will keep the balloon from inflating all the way up to your mouth. You can hold it with one hand like this and stretch, or you can make a little diamond, hold the balloon with that using your middle fingers, keep it from coming up, and actually hold your cheeks in with this part of your hand, like this. I find that way to be the fastest. The others are like this. And then like this. All 3 of those work. Sky balloons. You just take it, pinch it, those 2 fingers, and come up under the balloon, so your hand's underneath of it. Pinch it right up here at the top, wrap it around 2 fingers, go behind the balloon, and you pull it out, and pinch it right there. Alright? 260s. Pretty simple. We also have 350s. That is 3 inches around and 50 inches long. They look like this. Plain and simple. You pull it up all the way. Just like that. So, not as long as that, obviously. But to tie it again, you always want to burp your balloons, especially if you blow them by mouth. If you don't, they will pop and scary. Because you kind of fill them up too fast by mouth. With the pump, you don't have to burp them. But if you fill them up by mouth and you don't burp them, they will almost always pop if you do more than about 2 twists. But again, underneath, grab the nozzle, pull that around behind, pinch it with those 2 fingers, and then pull it out. Okay. Stretching it as you blow is the easier way to do it. I can't fill one of these up without stretching and pulling, and actually after I've been doing this for a few hours, these start to give me a headache, so I actually have this little pump right here that little kids love. It's 1 inch around, 6 inches long. Little kids love that. You say that it's a tiny pump for tiny balloons, and they just love it. They're the hardest to inflate by mouth, but here you go. Yeah, I can't do it today. Never doing balloons for too long. Next, I have the biggest balloon that I carry is a 646. It's like almost as big as my head here. 6 inches around, 46 inches long. Pretty cool. I don't have a lot of use for these. I'm going to use a mocha brown to do a palm tree. The green 350s to make the leaves. And then this is a nice little palm tree. Kids love that. Stick a monkey on it, sell it for $4 at a fair. Everybody, you can't make them fast enough. They also make heart balloons. This is a 11-inch heart. I am out of 6-inch hearts. I have more balloons coming in tomorrow, because I think this was actually my last 11-inch heart, but they make these. Then they make what they call bee bodies. Bee body looks like this, fully inflated. This is a yellow bee body. It's like that, comes up to a kind of a rounded tip. And this is actually double tipped, which means that this last part here is harder to inflate, which is good. But I mean, you can get these that aren't double tipped in about any color. But like this little part here won't inflate. So you do a twist there, draw some stripes on it, clear wings, draw a little face real fast, and boom. You've got yourself a little bumblebee. Woohoo! Everybody loves it. I also carry some 9-inch rounds, so I'm going to show you how to tie again. So I pinch it like that, reach under, pull that around, just like that. Okay? I carry some 5-inch rounds, but especially I carry a bunch of these. These are 5-inch friendly eyeballs. They come from Qualitex. I usually fill them about that much, give them a squeeze, and woo! Snake eyes. Or the teddy bear eyes, or really about any eye. Rather than using a scrap of white, which I do a lot of. But I find that in a busy line, I take 2 of these and just go tie them together. I'm done. Fully inflated, this is like, it's that big. Pretty cool. If it's Halloween, which it is right now, that time of year, kid just asks for an eyeball, you give them that, they're happy. Pretty simple. The other things that you should carry around with you are markers. You should always have markers. Dry erase. Do not use a Sharpie. Sharpies are evil. You're asking, why are Sharpies evil? Everybody uses a Sharpie, right? Well, I don't. I'll show you why. Alright. So I'm going to draw on this with both the dry erase. Marker right here, this eye on the top. Okay, let's imagine that I just drew that well. And a Sharpie. I always carry one technically, but I don't use it on balloons. And you'll see why. Okay. So there are benefits to both. Obviously, I just drew those fast. I usually draw them that fast, but smaller, and they look better. Obviously, this looks much brighter than this. But once I give them a second to dry, I'll hold them right here while I finish talking. The other thing you should carry around with you, scissors. Always have scissors. You never know when you need to pop a balloon. Okay? If you can't just tear them off, cut at the uninflated portion, then let the air out. Otherwise, you cut the inflated part, and it's going to make the noise you usually want. To tear a balloon, which is what I usually do, I always also carry scissors, you squeeze all the air out of this little part between your fingers. Then you just pull. Now, if that doesn't just work just pulling once, then you kind of just wiggle it a little bit until it just, like that. No reaching down for scissors, no loud noises. I think these are dry. Okay? Dry. Right now. Nothing on my hand. I don't have a white cloth with me. You should also always carry around white cloths with you, because you need them to stretch balloons, or black. But anyways, I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to pop the balloon. Remember, top one is dry erase, bottom one is permanent marker. Okay, top one looks all nice and neat. Bottom one does too. On this finger now though, I don't have a smudge, and this is all smeared. On the dry erase, on my thumb, nothing. Still perfectly clear. If I re-inflated this balloon, which is another reason you need a pump, it's incredibly difficult to re-inflate balloons that don't have a nozzle. This is the permanent marker. That's all on my finger. This is the dry erase. It's not all on my finger. But, little girl wearing a white dress, you give her a balloon, it pops, she gets that on her dress, you're going to have some very unhappy parents. You also should carry around with you balloon sticks and balloon cups. What good do? They do all sorts of good. You make a balloon animal, you're sitting there at a fair, you don't have kids at the time, or you get there early because you always get there early. Stick these in the ground if you happen to have grass nearby. Little balloon cup on with a balloon fastened to it, and boom. Put a price tag on, it'll disappear. Alright? Again, I am Caleb Cook from Caleb's Balloon Animals. I hope to be making more videos in the future. That's pretty much all I have. I'm going to show you real fast the different ways of inflating one more time, and also how to tie them. So with the 260, again, I'm going to use wild berry because I don't have much of a use for them, but I still like the color. So you can stretch it, that makes it easier and less likely to pop. You can do a circle and just blow. You can pull it while you're doing that, or you can make the little diamond. I find making the little diamond is fastest. So you just go like that. You know, you almost never want to fill it up all the way. If you're going to do a twist, you want to let it go. Or you want to do that. Alright, so then you go it. If you're twisting, you leave a tail. That's what I meant to say. So then you begin to tie, pinch it, reach from behind, grab that, pull it, and then I end up with this is behind it. Then when I do that, that actually makes the knot. Okay? And boom. That's all I have for you.